4:16 was the date. Roger Crawford over Ivan Halchins, 165 to 150. 4:23, Roger Crawford, 268. Terrell Weatherford's 224. 4:30, Larry Sidner beat Roger Crawford in a close match. And here we are the next week, 5-8, Roger Crawford versus Orin Haberman, and Roger starts in style with an X.
And that's what we're coming accustomed to seeing all the time. Roger getting out of the gate with a strike.
So here's Orin Haberman. Already has one game under his belt. He beat Gary Schweikert in the first match of the men's, 215 to 189. And he's still having a little trouble on lane 8, Eddie. What kind of adjustments need to be made?
He's going to have to move inside. This goes back to the conversation we had on the break. I was surprised to see Roger pick 7 to finish on, which allows Orin to have his choice of lanes to finish on, which is lane 7. Personally, I would have watched, and it seemed like Roger can hit either one of them. And you just don't throw spares away against Roger Crawford.
No, you don't. Roger in qualifying rolled a 691, and Orin rolled a 630. Orin, 35 years of age, from Edgewood, Kentucky. He's married with 2 children. He holds a 194 average. Let's see how Orin can recover. Here's his lane 7. Swings it out a little wide.
He had that out in Roger's territory.
Maybe that wasn't a good idea, watching Roger warm up, because Roger looks good swinging the ball out there. They're using the same type of ball, too.
Well, the only difference is if you watch the release of Roger, he's underneath the ball right at the point of explosion. And Orin is over around the side a little more.
For the conversion. You know, you talk about the young bowlers these days. Don't think about nothing. Don't worry about nothing. They just get out there and just let it rip. I was just looking over at Roger, just, who knows why Orin was bowling. He was just looking around, smiling. He wasn't even watching. I don't even think he knows what's hitting him.
Yeah, he's confident in his own game, and that's all that matters.
Would you be confident throwing a ball like that?
He's got a tremendous area out there, and he creates it. He's got a urethane ball, which is conducive to a hooking. And he's playing the lanes exactly the way they should be.
Roger Crawford, the first match we ever covered this gentleman in, rolled 11 strikes.
Yeah, he opened up with the first 4, left a 10, flagged it, and struck out.
He let that one go a little wide. Let's see if he gets any action. He doesn't. A 7.
And just 247, 245 is just half of the dinner bucket out there, and see how he covers it. He's going cross lane at it, which creates a possibility of a chop.
I love chopping this, let me tell you.
And that's exactly what it did.
I mean, I always chop that.
And I always tell you, why don't you use the left side of the lane, so lessen the possibility of chopping.
I always forget, Eddie. But I gotta admit, you do have me squared away and rolling a super game. My whole life has changed since I met you and started bowling. For the better, of course. And looky here.
Well, he'll just take... Now, if it'd be me, I would probably throw a ball down the middle somewhere near the pocket, because all I'm going to lose is 1 pin, and try and get squared up on the pocket. And he's going for the 1 stick. I would have just tried a free shot.
Yeah, that's funny you say that. I, as a beginner, would have never, ever even dreamed of that. Because right now I'm scrapping for every pin I get.
Well, you know, it's not good strategy to give away a stick, but he's going to have to strike on both of them. And that's Rip City right there.
Yes, it is. Rip City. Orin Haberman. He's minus 16, but working on an X. And here's our Marine, Roger Crawford. And Eddie, I hate to see this kid go. He's leaving today at 4:30. He's got to catch a plane.
And he's not going to be here for our finals, and that's really tough. And he got up there just a little too quick. Slow his tootsies down a little bit.
Could be a little anxious. You know, thinking about anxious, I know why. Louise White, his mother, won the women's, and we have never had any blood win. Mother, son, or mother, brother, sister, aunt, nothing like that. And they said going into this show that they were going to do it. No question about it.
Well, that wasn't a textbook spare, but it was effective. It counted as 10.
Let's see if Roger. He's 18 years old, 5'10". He's been on the show the last 3 weeks. And again, Rogers looks to be a little upset with himself, Eddie.
Well, he'll settle down here in a minute. I think as soon as Orin throws a double, he'll get a little more serious out there. He's underneath the ball. That's a good shot of his hand position and coming through the ball.
That ball's got to hurry.
That small diminutive voice you hear in the back is none other than Mama. And his lovely girlfriend over here is hollering at him, get it in gear. Of course, we're talking about Laura Sidney. And here's Orin, a chance to pick up some ground. And a solid 10, that's 6. Flew up over the top of that 10 pin.
Just when it looked like Orin had a chance to make his big break, that 10 pin says no way.
And that was a big pitch.
Orin right now he's down 14 pins for the conversion. Hang on, and there's a break. Big break for Roger.
Looks like Orin's trying to give Roger a present for going away.
That's kind of hard to believe. Everybody's been giving him extra spending money to get back to Okinawa. Let's see if Orin can recover. Of course he can. Mark it down. Orin Haberman.
And that 10 pin over there was 32 pins. If it goes down, the difference between going down and standing was 32 sticks. And I'm sure when the game is over, he'll be thinking about it.
Well, here's Roger Crawford. He owns a 300 game. He rolled that October 13th, 1982. And he owns numerous 280s and such. And there's his ball. Rogers are rolling.
And you know, it's interesting. His ball has a real lot of hit on the back end of it. And he's still able to trip that 4 out of there.
Looking into handicaps, Rogers a scratch bowler and Orin's +4. So that's even.
He's taking a little more time on this shot.
He wants this. He was a little upset with himself. He knows he's got to get his head together and mark it down. Roger Crawford, 2 in a row.
And he started running that one out as soon as he turned it loose. He had good fingers in that one. He's an exciting bowler, you know, to watch. He gets a lot of revs on that ball.
Starting to show a little emotion in the later weeks. There's Orin. Really needed one there. And he's having trouble on lane 8. And he walked over to Roger and looked at him. And I think he said something like, Roger, where do you throw the ball? Where's the area at? And I think Roger said, lane 9, try that. And watch out. That's what I was talking about. And it looks to me that if Roger Crawford just fills up the frames, he will be our champion, and we will have our first mother-son, or family, or like I was saying,
maybe our last.
our first and last.
Gary back there saying, where were you the first game, Orin?
That's where he was at, right there. Oh, little high.
Well,
Orin for the conversion. Yes.
do you know what the one guy's name was? We know Larry Sidner. What's the other one?
So here's Roger. He's working on a pair. I'll tell you, first of all, Eddie, I'd like to... We were a little short-handed today, and Jim Henderson and Larry Sidner, two loyal fans of bowling, as we watch Roger just stroke away. They stepped in, and they ran camera for us, Eddie, and look at that shot right there. Thanks, guys. We couldn't have done it without you.
Done a super job. There's a real good shot of Roger. 18-year-old Marine already. He's got his tattoo.
Well, he's our only winner to ever win twice, and he's done it. And last week he had a chance for 3 and lost, but there's no denying him in week 7 because he will win it. I looked over at him and got a little grin from him. I'd like to get a camera shot of that face. Because Marines are supposed to be hard-nosed, and he acts hard-nosed, but he's a softie. Well, here's Orin, still lane 8.
I can't believe it. He's thrown 2 pitches. That the lane is tough enough for him to hit, but the 2 pitches that he's had, perfect 10 just would not give.
There he is. He's being hard-nosed now. There's that grin. He's a softie. He's not kidding no one. But he's a super bowler. And there's Orin with the conversion. Well, we're going to miss that kid, though, Eddie. I'm sure Laura Sidner will, too.
I'm sure Larry won't.
I was thinking the same thing. And we can't forget about our other camera people. We got Mark Saul, the Sully dog. He's running the handheld. He's doing a super job. There's just so many people to thank. And sometimes I guess you should thank your producer director, because without him we wouldn't be here. Now he's done a super job, Ron Lawson, and the hands for Orin Haberman, who's about ready to complete the 10th frame. But it's all over. It's up to Roger Crawford. And there's somebody to thank. I'll thank you, Eddie, publicly on television. And there's Orin to finish out, and how else would you like to finish out? A crushing ball. Finishes with a 152. And let's see. This is our Marine's last frame on television. Eddie, go out on the limb. What's he going to do?
He's going to throw 3. What else?
I agree.
He's done it before. He'll do it again.
Well, he's working on 4 in a row right now. Well, that's okay.
Just a routine 200 again.
Routine. He's averaging 215 on the year. So 200's our routine. With a strike here, a 201 or hello.
221.
I had funny. Roger in qualifying rolled a 235, a 212, and a 244 for a scratch 691. So, yeah, it's all routine, all in a day's work. But let's talk about it. Mother-son, Roger Crawford and Louise White. And I'm sure he wanted a strike there.
He got that one out in the silt.
217 to 152. Roger Crawford was our winner of the men's match in Week 7 of the Super Bowl TV Merit Tournament. And we'll be back with the conclusion right after this. We're back at the Super Bowl lanes in Erlanger, Kentucky. Week 7 is now a history. We've just had our first mother-son winner, Eddie.
Well, I tell you, what a Mother's Day present for the young Marine to give to his mom, and that especially on the day that he's leaving.
Well, they were confident coming in, and they knew they were going to win it. Now let's turn it over to Doug Martin, our host here, and for the check presentations. Doug?
All right, thank you very much, Nick. First of all, with the ladies, Linda Stewart came in third this week, and I understand you're going to Las Vegas this weekend. Well, here's a little money you can take with you. I hope you can parlay that into a lot more. Good shooting. And Kathleen, you came in second this week, ran into Tiger there with Louise, part of the Crawford gang there, got you. But we have a check for you also for second place. Congratulations. And Louise, good shooting today. Came away with the championship. This is real unique, a mother-daughter situation, or mother-daughter. I say mother-son. Sorry about that, Roger. Anyway, we have a check here for you for first place money. Good shooting. Congratulations. Happy Mother's Day to y'all. Okay, then on the men, Gary Schweikert shot real well today, but had a problem there with Orin. Orin was just a little too tough today for you, but we have a check here for you for third place money. Good shooting, Gary. And Orin did real well the first game, but Roger's just, I don't know, he's awful tough. I think everybody's glad he's going to Okinawa, so we'll give everybody else a chance to win. But we have a check here for you for second place money. Good shooting, Orin. Hey, Roger, what can we say? This is your last week here, and you go out in grand style. You won again and completed the mother-son combination here for the championship. So I have a check here for you one more time for first place money, and take it back to Okinawa with you. And once again, congratulations. Good shooting, Roger. Turn it back over to Eddie and Nick.
Well, Eddie, you know what time it is. My favorite time. Eddie Jackson interview time. Go get the ladies first.
Want me to talk to the ladies first?
Get the ladies.
Well, if I can get Doug out of the way here. You know, Linda, I was talking to you before, and you said I'm nothing but a housewife, and I said, that's the best profession there is, isn't it?
Oh, sure, yeah.
But your husband is what?
He's an auditor for IRS.
And I gave you Nick's Social Security number to give to your husband, right, didn't I?
Not really.
Well, now I'm going to give you Roger's because he's got all the money.
Oh.
Well, good luck to you and your husband out there in Las Vegas, and I hope you win a lot of money.
Thank you. I've enjoyed it. Thank you.
Come on over here, Kathy. Do you know you throw the biggest ball of all the gals that's been on the show?
I didn't throw much of one. I was too nervous.
Well, you're too nervous, but you still had a lot of fingers and a lot of roll in that ball. And Nick was saying, how does she hook the ball? And I says, that's called fingers.
I guess so. I don't know.
Well, let me have Mother over here. Come on over here, Mother. And now you look a little smaller. But you look 8 feet tall with that ball in your hand.
Yeah, really.
I guess you're kind of happy, having young Gary over here win, right?
Right.
And you're not going to say too much to me today, are you?
No. I don't know
me.
nothing to say. I'm happy we won. It was a nice Mother's Day present.
Well, thank you. I got to go on over here and chat with my friend Gary. Gary, been watching you bowl. I was watching your head come up a little bit. Anybody ever mentioned that to you before?
No, I never did.
Well, when you get home and you catch this on the screen, the first spare you flew through, your head comes straight up, and you just lost a lot off the ball.
Well, that went down like a rocket anyway.
Was that nerves?
That was nerves.
Nerves?
Very definitely.
Well, I was watching you. You were the only one out here of the men that had that hard rubber ball.
Well, that makes it easy to find your ball when it's in a ball return.
Hey, that's a good way to go. Orin, let me have you. Orin, what happened between the first game and the second game?
Oh, I had trouble on alley 8.
You had trouble on alley 8 all day, didn't you?
The cameraman was bothering me a little over there, I think. I kept looking at him and going away.
You kept looking at him. He's nothing pretty to look at.
It's a new experience.
New experience?
New experience.
Well, I'm sure the next time that you come back that you're going to do a fine job. Seemed like the first time they come on, they always have that little butterflies.
Oh, that's sure.
Well, come on over here, champ. We got this young Jareen, and you're going to talk to me today, aren't you?
Sure.
And what was your gift to your mom today?
Have me and her win today.
Right, and I noticed that you picked the lane that I didn't think you were going to pick. You know, you cost me a quarter.
That's what I did it for.
Is that why you did? You were confident you were going to hit both lanes, right?
Right.
Well, I tell you what, you know, here at the lanes, we're really going to miss you next week because you're an exciting young bowler to watch, and we know you're going to have a sparkling career with the Marines. And you know, it's kind of nice to see a young kid like you going off to the Marines and establishing another career.
Yeah, it's kind of fun right now. I don't know how to be once I get there, but it's fun now.
Well, I'm sure you'll grow up real quick, and you know what? I'm going to turn this over to Nick because we got a little bit of a thing going here, a little surprise for you.
Well, we got a little sign that was made, come on ladies, by Roger's sister Kathy and Roger's girlfriend Laura Sidner. They have a little sign for you, Roger. Now don't cry on the telecast on us now. Now what's it say? Don't come back? No, that's can't be right.
It's signed by all the bowlers as goodbye, Raj. But what we got here is a goodbye sign for Roger, and Nick, I think it's signed by everybody that he's defeated, isn't it? Plus everybody else.
Yeah, there's a lot of names on there. I tell you though, we're gonna miss you, Roger. We've enjoyed it. It's just been super. Good luck, buddy. 18 years of age, you got a long way to go when you get my age, you know. I guess that'll about do it from the Super Bowl lanes in Erlanger, Kentucky. I'd like to thank our executive producer, Joe Hackman, our producer, director, and Ron Lawson. Thank all these people. Y'all are super. Roger, good luck now. Eddie, thanks to you. To everyone at Super Bowl lanes, even you, Doug. Have a good day.